Call is
Praise
being
God.
recorded.
Praise God. I love it. I love it. I love it. You all, we have weathered the storm. I'm sure you heard about all the turbulence and all the tornado warnings and everything that was going through the Midwest. We are fortunate that, hey, we needed that rain and that extra weather that came through because I'm looking out into the lawn. I mean, this is like a football field with the sun shining on it. And guess what? It is green. It's not pale. It's not yellow anymore. So that's a true sign of what? We are in harvest. We are in spring, right? And this may be the time where, as I talked about in the past couple months, where you've accumulated the seed, right? And now this may be a time where you're starting to scatter and starting to plant those seeds. So I want to talk to you this morning about what is happening right now because the first 3 months we were in the first quarter, and now we're in the second quarter, and I want to call this of our season. This is the month that we celebrate 420. This is, you know what, the time I know we've learned in January we start setting goals, but it's kind of sometimes doesn't make sense that how many of you have actually planted seeds in your ground wherever you are during the winter? And this is a time where Home Depot is actually opening up and they're sharing all the different seeds and the crops. And so it seems like a great time to start manifesting what it is that we want because we've already accumulated the resources to now plant. So I want to talk about that this morning. So I want to talk about goal setting and measuring success because if you have these seeds, you expect a harvest and you should, at least we should be in a mindset to kind of wrap our heads around how big we want this field to be, right? If we were in business and you were a farmer, you would have to produce in order so you can make money or that so you can have food for the next season. Whatever the case is, you need to be able to count and you need to be able to set goals and measure the success of what you're about to plant. So, the title of this morning's call is You Cannot Improve What You Don't Measure. Let me say that one more time. You cannot improve what you don't measure. And that's a quote by Peter Drucker. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I had to wrap my head really around that. So, team, remember I always say message starts with me. The word message starts with the letters M-E. So I had God to show me this, and it's been a protocol that I've been applying to my team. And this is what I believe this morning is called, team. And Akana, I really want to take this morning to talk to you about something that makes the difference between spinning your reels, just spinning your wheels, and skyrocketing your success. Do we spin our wheels around and keep spinning, or do we skyrocket to success? And we're right in this right season right now. This is 420, y'all. I'm excited. So measure what matters, because here's the truth. If you can't improve what you don't measure. And a lot of people are working. A lot of us are working. We working hard. We moving and we're doing. But is it possible that we're just throwing mud at the wall and hoping that it sticks? We're doing it. Are we throwing mud at the wall and hoping that it sticks, or are we thinking about a strategy? See, throwing up a mud against the wall and hoping that it sticks, that's not a strategy. That's not even leadership. And it's definitely not duplicable. Well, I guess everybody could be throwing up mud against the wall and it stick, but we'll be standing right there. But it's not a strategy. It's not leadership. And it's not duplicable. So I want to walk you, right, through 5 powerful steps, right? And before each one, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you don't have certain things in place. Is that okay? I hope that's okay. So I want to say step number 1. I hope you have a pen and a paper, pen and pad, pen and paper to write this down. So write this word down. Vague goals equal vague results. Vague goals equals vague results. So this is how this kind of looks. If you don't have a clear goal, you're drifting, right? You're doing things that we're I can find myself doing things that feel productive, but is not connected to any particular outcome. So days pass, weeks pass, and nothing has changed. Does that sound familiar? Right? So here's the breakthrough. Here's the breakthrough. If we set a clear, measurable goal, right? Not I want to grow, not just I want to grow, but I want 5 new enrollments or 5 new customers or 10 new customers in 30 days. Notice the difference. I'm not just saying I want to grow. I'm saying I want a certain number of people to be enrolled, or I want a certain number of customers to help within a certain period of time. You see, clarity creates focus, and focus creates progress. I hope that was a big takeaway. We have to be clear about goals if we want results. Vague goals equal vague results. So just saying I want to grow is not a good enough goal, right? It's very vague. So put a number to it. So I hope that was a good takeaway. So step number 2, this is a good one. Praise God, he gave this for me. And y'all, I'm going through this process right now, right? And I've been going through it. So step number 2 is no plan equals no path. No plan equals no path. And here's the warning of that. Without daily trackable activity, our strategies become like guesswork. We're guessing on what we should be doing, right? And then we end up reacting to our moods, right? And not moving with intention, right? Which is is duplicable chaos, right? And you can't duplicate chaos, right? So we have to stop just guessing at it, and we have to start setting daily trackable activities and goals. So here's the breakthrough on that. Let me give you a strategy or something that we can do. We can break our goals into simple, trackable, daily and weekly actions. Let me give you an example of that. I want, let's say, I want to have 3 new conversations today, right? That's an accountable measure. I want 3 new conversations today. Or I want to host 2 opportunities, right? Events a week. I want to host. See, that's consistency can start compounding and you can measure it. Remember I said no plan, no path. And you can put yourself in a position to generate consistency with a trackable measure and daily activity, right? And eliminate, right, that guesswork that we've been doing, because we know how we're showing up and we know how we're showing out. So it may one of your weekly activities may be, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I show up on Wednesday. And I'm going to make sure that I have 3 conversations a day. So by the time Wednesday comes around, boom, I got somebody showing up, right? No plan, no path. So let me give you step number 3. Remember, message starts with me, and this one starts with ME, and that is metrics. Metrics, no metrics, metrics. ME, Minister Mooney got something. No metrics, right? No momentum. No metrics, no momentum. So here's the warning. If I never stop to check my numbers, I'm a numbers person, y'all. If I never stop to check my numbers, how can I chart a course? In a corrective course, like a course that's on point. If I don't know my numbers, I don't know where I'm going. So how can I say this? Again, we will rely on how we feel things are going, and feelings can lie to you. I'm telling you, I could tell myself a lie and believe it and roll with that, and find myself busy, right? But busyness isn't the same as business. Let me say that one again. Busyness isn't the same as business, right? So here's the breakthrough. I don't want to stay right there. I'm gonna move and shift a little bit. So what can we do? We can review our progress weekly. We can chew off the elephant, you all, right? We can go look at our numbers, look at what we've achieved. We can review it weekly, right? Track the number of conversations that we have, tracking the number of follow-ups that we have, tracking the number of customers, tracking the number of enrollments. And those are the metrics that generate what? Momentum. Team Contagious is in so much momentum because I put it in their face weekly. They're able to look at it. It can't weekly. Now, they may not do it for themselves, but at least a message coming from me is these are your numbers for this week. And they get able to see everybody's numbers, right? Because data gives you direction. Let me say that one more time. Data gives you direction. It will fire somebody up. If you look at your numbers and you're not motivated, how can I say? You look at your numbers, you will be motivated. When you hear that we have trips that's coming up, we have goals that we have to. Bermuda, you all. I'm saying Bermuda is on the table. We should know the numbers. And I'm going to give you the numbers. That's 500. Our CEO said cross 500, cross 1,000, and you will get there. No metrics, no momentum. So step number 4, and I'm getting ready to close. No reflection equals repeating the wrong things. So that means taking the time to just, let me say that one more time. No reflection equals repeating the wrong things. So here's what I want to say what I've been doing. If I never stop to reflect, sometimes we don't want to look at and reflect on what has happened. But if I never stop to reflect, it's possible that I can repeat the same strategies that are not working and then stay stuck in cycles of struggle. And like, I'm having a hard time, Minister Mooney. Well, have you reflected on the measures that I'm having a hard time, Melissa? I'm saying, babe, honey, I'm having a hard time. Honey, I'm having a hard time being a husband. You need to sit down and reflect on what you're doing. And here's the breakthrough. If we take the time weekly, bi-weekly, I'm not even saying daily. I'm saying give yourself a time. Take the time weekly. What day is that for you? Bi-weekly, to ask what worked last week and what didn't work. What will I do differently this week? See, I don't, how can I say, I can't, it's hard for me. God put me in a position where I just can't continue to operate in chaos, right? Reflection leads to refinement. Reflection leads to refining the thing. Some of us, even myself, sometimes I don't look back because I don't want to look at what I did wrong. What kind of nonsense is that? Reflection leads to refinement. If we do an event, what went wrong with it, let's reflect on it and let's refine it, instead of just continuing to operate in chaos. That doesn't, our God is a God of decency and order. So Minister Mooney has tried his best to not be involved in chaos, right? Because reflection leads to refinement. My last point, step number 5. This is where the magic is, and I love it. Woo! Let me tell you, this is where the magic is, and I love it. Only celebrating big wins is a burnout. We wait for the big wins, and let me tell you, I end up being burned out. This is what I picked up for myself. If I only celebrate, right, the enrollment. Y'all know how many people I enrolled this year? And I'm waiting to enroll somebody, and I celebrate that. See, I end up missing out on the small victories, my CV. I end up missing up on the small victories. I lost 5 pounds. I end up missing out on the small victories, right? What's actually building the business. And if the wins feel too far away, people quit. How many people have you seen quit because they're focused only on the big picture? But here's the breakthrough. We can celebrate consistency. We can celebrate when you hit a daily goal like talking to three people. Woo! It'll feel good by the end of the day if you talk to three people. And not just the outcomes of it, right? We're we're celebrating the win when we set a goal and then we celebrate that small win. The small wins lead to the big wins. See, you're not just building a business, you're building a mindset. Let me say that one more time. We're not just building a business, we're building a mindset. You see, what I love what Margaret Dorsey says is that Akana and multi-level marketing, direct sales, especially Akana, is self-development with a great compensation plan. Self-development with a great compensation plan. So in closing, y'all, I'm sweating because I get so fired up when I see progress, when I see, laying out these goals, measuring them, things are happening, small wins. Man, I'm telling you, it can turn you on fire. This is where momentum starts. And I hope my team is on this call. I hope my team, and this call is being recorded. Tell your people this is something we need to go back and listen to because this is for 20 months. So here we go. The business doesn't reward you all random effort. It rewards intentional, focused action. So don't just throw mud at the wall and hope that it sticks. That's not going to work. Choose a goal, measure your path, take action, track the progress, because that's where the meat is, right? Because if you measure it, you can move it. And if you move it, you can grow it. Let me say that one more time. If you measure it, you can move it. And if you can move it, you can grow it. And I'm feeling so excited. I'm sweating because it is April the 2nd, and this is 420. We are about to blow up. Yeah, I'm sure. Back to you, Kathy. Love you all.
Woo-wee! I love it. I love this. This was a great series of tips, Willie. And I know you feeling it, brother. I feel it too. By the way, it's April 3rd. But wow, thank you. I love that. I love your energy, and I feel that you feel this too. And so that just drives it home, guys. I hope you guys were taking some notes. I got my 5 points that you sent, that you gave, and if you measure it, what's that, Willie? If you measure it, what?
If you measure it, you can move it.
I love it because you got the power to what?
If you measure it, you can move it. If you can move it, you can grow it. And yes, I always open up with saying, my name is Minister Mooney. I got the power to move you. Let's
There you
get it.
go. There you go. I love it. I love it, guys. Listen, that's it. That's it. That's your Thursday. Those are your marching orders. Thank you for your time and attention this morning. And we will see you tomorrow morning on the Diamond Factory. Remember that there is a call tonight, an opportunity call that you can invite your guests to. Guys, your job is inviting. Okay? Like he said, reach out, make it a goal today to reach out to a certain number of people that you're going to invite tonight. And then you want to follow up with those people shortly before the call. And then you want to make sure that they have the information for the Zoom. Excuse me, not the call, the Zoom. All right? That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. That would be 5 p.m. Pacific. Guys, have a great rest of your Thursday. Having a kind of day.